Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou wants to move, thou runst away.
The dog of that house shall move me to stand. I will take the wall of any man or maid of Montague.
That shows thee a weak slave, for the weakest goes to the wall.
'Tis true, therefore, women being the weaker vessel are thrust to the wall. Therefore, I will fight Montague's men and thrust his women, maids, to the wall.
Oh. Hey, the quarrels between our masters and us their men.
'Tis all one. I will show myself a tyrant. And when I have fought with the men, I will be civil. With the maids, I will cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids?
Aye, the heads of the maids, or their maiden heads, take it in what sense thy wilt.
They must take it in sense that feel it.
Me they shall fear when I'm able to stand, and 'tis true I am a pretty piece of flesh.
'Tis well thou art not fish. If thou hast been poor, John. Hey, draw thy tool. Here comes of the house of Montague.
My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee.
Turn thy back and run.
Fear me not.
No, Mary, I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our side. Let them begin.
Oh, I will frown as they pass by and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare, I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law on our side if I say aye?
No.
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir?
No, sir. But if you do, I abhor you. I serve as good a man as you.
You know better.
No, sir.
Say, better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes, better, sir.
Lie!
Drive, easy men. Gregory, remember thy washing blow.
Turn thee, Benvolio, look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Either put up thy sword or manage to part these men with me.
What, drawn and talk of peace? I hate the world, as I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee. Have at me, coward!
Your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time, all down our common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart!
Who sent this ancient quarrel to approach? Speak! Nephew, were you by when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversary, and yours close fighting your entered approach. I drew to partner. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt, with his sword prepared, which, as he breathed defiance to my ears, he swung about his head and cut the winds, who, nothing hurt withal, hissed him in scorn. As we interchanged our thrusts and blows, came more and more, who fought on part and part, until the prince came, who parted either part.
Where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Oh, madam, an hour before the worshipped sun peered forth the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drove me to walk abroad, where underneath the grove of sycamore that westward rooteth this city's side, so early walking did I see your son.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew, adding to clouds, more clouds with his deep sighs. Black and pretentious must his humor prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn it.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Both! By myself and many other friends, but he is his own affection's counselor, I will not say how true. Could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would willingly give cure as no.
See, where he comes. So please you step aside. I'll know his grievance or be much denied.
I would thou wert so happy by thy stay, to hear true shrift. Come, madam, let's away.
Good morrow, cousin. Day so young.
But new struck 9.
I mean, sad hour seemed long. It's not my father that went hence so fast.
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out! Out of her favor, where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle and whose views should be so rough, tyrannous and proof.
Alack, that love, whose view is muffled still, should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we die? Oh me, what frames him? Yet tell me not, for I have heard it all. Here's much to do with love, but more with hate. Why then? Oh, brawling love! Oh, loving hate! Oh, anything of nothing first created! Oh, heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep, that is not what it is. This love feel I, that feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, cause I rather weep.
Good heart, and what?
Thy good heart's oppression.
Why? Such is love's transgression. Griefs of mine own lie heavy on my breast, which thou wilt propagate to have it pressed with more of thine. This love that thou hast shown me doth add more grief to too much of mine own. Love is a smoke, raised with the fume of sighs, being purged, fire sparkling in lovers' eyes, being vexed, a sea nourished by loving tears. What is in us? A madness, most discreet, a choking gall, and a preserving sweet. Oh, farewell, my cuz.
But soft, I will go along, and if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
Tut, I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He is some other way.
Tell me in sadness, who is it that you love?
In sadness, cousin, oh, I do love a woman.
My aim was so near when I supposed you loved.
All right, good morning. She is fair, I love.
A right fair mouth, fair cuz, the soonest hit.
Well, in that hit, you miss. She will not be hit with Cupid's bow. She hath Diane's wit, and in strong proof of chastity, well armed against love's weak, childish bow, she lives uncharmed.
Then she hath sworn she was still chaste.
Yeah, and in that spirit makes huge waste. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow do I live dead. I live to tell thee now.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other, beauties.
He that is struck in blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Show me a mistress that is passing fair. What doth word do you say? But as a note, where I may read, who passed that passing fair. Farewell, my cousin. Thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctriner's dying debt.
Bound as well as I, penalty of life. 'Tis not hard, I think, for old men as we to keep the peace. Of honorable reckoning are you both,
And pity 'tis you've been at odds so long, but now, my lord, what say you to us?
But saying all what I said before, my daughter is yet a stranger in the world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither and decry, and we may think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she, our happy mother's maid.
And too soon marred are those so early made. Earth has swallowed up all my hopes, but she's the hopeful lady of my birth. Woo her, gentle Paris, in her heart. My will to her consent is but a part. At my poor house, look to behold this night, earth-treading stars that make dark heaven light. Such comfort as lusty young men do feel, on well-appareled April the heel of limping winter treads. Come, go with me. Sirrah! Go, Sirrah. Trudge about through fair Verona, find those persons out names who are written there, and to them say, my house and welcome on their pleasures day.
Find them out whose names are written here? It is written that the shoemaker should meddle with his yard, and the tailor with his last, the fisher with his pencil, and the painter with his nets. But I accept to find out those persons whose names are here writ, and can never find what names the writing person hath here writ. I must to the learned.
Talk to me. When fire burns out another's burning, when pain is lessened by another's languish, turn giddy and be helped by backward turning. When desperate grief is cured with another's languish, take thou soon new infection to thy eye, and the right poison of the old will die.
Your plantain leaf is excellent for that.
For what I bring?
For your broken shin.
Why, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept from my food, whipped and tormented and... Oh, good evening, good fellow.
God give you tea. I pray, sir, can you read?
Hi, mine unfortunate in my misery.
Perhaps you've learned it without a book. But I pray, sir, can you read anything you see?
I, if I know the letters and the language.
You say honestly, resty Mary.
Stay, fellow, I can read. Signor Martineau, his wife and daughters, County Anselm and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Petruvio, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, my uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosalind and Lydia, Signor Valencio and his cousin Tybalt, Lucia and the lad Helena. Whither should they come?
Up
Whither? To supper?
to our house.
Whither? Whose house?
My master.
Oh, indeed, I should have asked thee that before.
Now I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great, rich Capulet. And if you want me of the house of Montagues, I pray, come and crush a cup of wine. Oh, resty Mary.
This same ancient priest of Capulet sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so loves, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with unattainted eye compare her face with some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
One fairer than my love. The all-seeing sun never saw her match since first the world begun.
Tut, man, you saw her fair, none else being by, herself poised with herself in either eye. But in those crystal scales let there be weighed your lady's love against another maid, that I will show you shining at the feast, and thou shalt scant show well that now shows best.
I'll go along. No such sight to be shown. To rejoice in the splendor of mine own.
Nurse! Where's my daughter? Call her forth to me. Now by my maidenhead at 12-year-old, I bade her come. What lamb? What ladybird? God forbid, where's this girl? What Juliet?
How now, who calls?
Your mother.
Oh, madam, I am here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me. Oh, thou here now.
Thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age unto an hour.
She's not 14.
I lay 14 of my teeth, but to my teen be it spoke, I have but 4. How long is now till Lammas time?
A fortnight and odd days.
Even or odd, of all the days of the year, come Lammas Eve at night, shall she be 14. Susan, she, God rest all Christian souls of broken age. Well, Susan is with God. She was too good for me. But as I said, come Lammas Eve at night, shall she be 14. That shall she. Mary, I remember it well, 'tis since the earthquake now 11 years, and she was weaned. I I never shall forget it. Of all the days of the year, for upon that day, I had lain wormwood to my dove, sitting in the sun under the dove house wall. Ah, my lord and me were then a mantua. Nay, I do bear rain. But as I say, when it did taste the wormwood on the nipple of my dove and felt it bitter, pretty fool to see it tinge it back and fall out of the dove. Shake, quoth the dove house. Was no need, I trod a very trudge, and since the time it is 11 years, for then she could stand alone. Nay, by the rood she could have run and waddled all about. But even the day before she broke her brow. Oh! Ah, and my husband, God be with his soul, he was a merry man. The child, yea, quoth he, fall'st upon thy face, thou wilful backward, when thou hast more wits, wilt thou not drool? And by my holy dame, the pretty fool had stinted and said, I! You see now how a dish shall come about, and I warned her she'll live 1,000 years, I never should forget it. Wilt thou not drool, quoth he? And pretty fool had stinted and said, I!
Enough of this, I pray you hold my peace.
Yes, madam. I cannot choose but laugh to think it should leave crying and say, I!
And stick thou to my crazy nurse, say I.
Peace I have done. God mark you to his grace, thou wast the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed. And I shall live to see thee married once, I have one wish.
Mary! That, Mary, is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, Dr. Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married? It is an honor that I dream not of.
An honor, were it not thine only nurse had said thou hadst had wisdom from thy tit.
Well, think on marriage now. Younger than you here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus then in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady, lady, such a man, as all of the world, why he is a man of wax.
Verona's summer hath not such a flower.
Nay, in faith, he's a flower, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? Tonight you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris' face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament, and see how one another lends content. And what obscured in that fair volume lies, find written in the margin of his eyes. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to be divided, only lacks a cover. The fish lives in the sea, and 'tis much pride for fair without the fair within to hide. That book in many's eyes doth share the glory that in gold clasps locks in the golden story. So shall you share all that he doth possess, in having him making yourself no less.
No less, nay, bigger women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like Paris love?
I'll look to like if looking like you move, but no more deep shall I dart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Madame! The guests are come, supper served, you called. My young lady asked for. Oh, yes, curse in the pantry. Oh, and everything else in extremity. I must hence to wait. I beseech you, follow straight. Follow me. Juliet, Countess Days.
Go, girls, seek happy nights and happy days.
Or shall be honored without apology. It's out of such prolixity. But let them measure us by what they will. We'll measure them with measure. And be God.
Give me a torch, I am not for this end. Being heavy, I will bear the light.
Hey, gentle Romeo, we must have you dead.
I believe in you. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground, I cannot move.
Yes, and to seek in it, you're a lover. Why don't you use Cupid's wings, use them to soar above, come above.
I am too sore and piercing with this shaft to soar with this lead winged so bare. I'm bound to pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden I sink.
And to sink in it should you birth in love. Too great oppression for such a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorns.
If love be rough with you, then Be rough with love.
Give me a case for my visage.
A vise? 4 vies.
Come,
Here
knock
I
and enter.
curious eyes doth tote to fold.
Come, knock and enter. No sooner but every man be taken to his legs.
A torch for me. Let wanton's light heart tickle the senseless rushes with their heels. I'll be a candle holder and look on. The game was ne'er so fair, and I am done.
Tut, done's the mouse the constable's on word. If thou art done, we will draw thee from the mire. Save your reverence, love, till thou stinkest up to the ears. Come, we burn daylight, ho!
Nay, that's not so.
I mean, sir, in delay, we waste our lights in vain, like lights by day. Take our good mean, for our judgment sits 5 times in that, ere once at our fine wits.
And we need well in going to this mass, which is
Why?
the way to go.
Why, may one ask?
Dreamed.
Oh, and so did I.
Well, what was yours?
The dreamers often lie.
He fell asleep while they do dream things true.
Oh. Then I see Queen Mab have been with you.
Queen Mab, what's she?
She is the fairest midwife, and she comes in a shape no bigger than an atom stone with a forefinger of London, drawn with a team of little atomy over men's noses as they lie asleep. The spokes of a wagon, made of long spinner's heads, of the wings of grasshoppers. Her tresses are the smallest spider's webs. Her collars are the moonshine's watery beams. Her whip a lash of film, her wagon, a small green loaded end, not as big as a round worm, picked by the lazy finger of the maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the joiner squirrel. Time and a line of various coachmakers. And in this state, she gallops! Night by night, through lovers' brains, then they dream of love. On courtiers' knees who dream on curtsy straight, or lawyers' fingers who should give them fingers, or ladies' lips who shed them kisses dream. Which often pains and blisters because their breaths are sweet meats tainted on. And sometimes she gallops over a courtier's nose, and he dreams of smelling of soup. Oh, and sometimes she comes to the tight pigtail of Nelson's nose as he lies asleep. And he dreams of another benefit. And sometimes she strippeth over a soldier's neck, and he dreams of cutting falling throats, breeches, ambuscados, and hell's 5 fathom deep till an odd drums in his ear to which he starts to wake. And thus being frightened, swears a prayer or two and then goes back to sleep. Now, this is the hand when maids lie on their beds and learn to crosses them thirst to bear, making them women of good character now. This is she! Peace! This is she.
Peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talkst of nothing.
True. To her dreams. To the children of an idle brain. Begot of nothing but a vain fantasy, which is as thin as substance, as air. More constant than the wind who woos, even now the frozen bosom of the north, turning his face to the dew-dropping sun.
This wind you speak of, it blows us from ourselves. Supper is done and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives. Some consequence, yet hanging in the stars, shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night's revels. Expire, term of a despised life enclosed in my breast, by some vile forfeit of untimely death.
Romeo! Romeo!
Welcome, gentlemen! Ladies that have their toes unplayed before to walk about.
Cousin! How long is it now since last yourself and I were in mass?
Well, you're living 50 years.
What, man? It's not so much. It's not so much.
It's more. His son is elder. His son is 13.
How will you tell me that? His son was but a ward 2 years ago.
Daughter!
What lady is that that doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night like a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. So shows a snowy dove, trooping with crows, as yonder lady o'er her fellow shows. The measure is done. I'll watch her place of stand, and touching hers make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now, forswear its sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This, by his voice, should be a Montague. What? Dares the slave come hither covered with an antic face to flee you and scorn at our solemnity? Fetch me my rapier, boy. Now by the stock and honor of my kin to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
Gentlemen, I've seen the day that I have one upon us. Ladies, here, such a tis gone, tis gone. How now, kinsman, wherefore was calling me so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe, a villain that is hither come in spite to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Why, Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Ah, content thee, gentle cunt, let him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman, and to say truth, Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not for the wealth of all the town here in my house do him disparagement. No beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure him.
He shall be adored. Good boy, I say he shall. Am I the master here, or you go to? You'll not adore him.
Why, uncle, 'tis a shame.
Go to? You are a saucy boy! So indeed, this trick may chance escape you. I know what. You must contrary me. Marry 'tis time. Well said, my hearts, well said. You are a prince. Go, be quiet, or more light. Yeah. I'll make you quiet. What cheerly, my hearts?
I will withdraw. But this intrusion, now seeming sweet, shall convert to bitterest gall.
If I profane with mine unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this: my lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which manly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy Palmer's kiss.
I've not seen slips, and holy palmers too.
I hope your lips they must use in prayer.
Why then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, while my prayers effect I take. And thus, from my lips by thine, my sin is purged.
Then from my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from thy lips, O trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again.
Now Romeo is beloved and loves again, alike bewitched by the charm of looks. But to his foe supposed he must complain, and she still loves sweet faith from fearful hooks. Being held a foe, he may not have access to breathe such vows as lovers used to swear, and she as much in love, her means much less to meet her new beloved anywhere. But passion lends them power, time means to meet, tempering extremities with extreme sweet.
You kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word too.
What is her mother?
Mary Bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise, and a virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked with all. I tell you, any man that can lay hold of her shall have the juice.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account, my life is my foe's debt.
Oh, wait now, the sport is at the best.
Aye, so I fear. The more is my unrest.
Come in, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
I know not.
Well, go ask his name. May he be married. Oh, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
Is it indeed so? Oh, I thank you all. Good night, honest gentlemen. I'll do my rest.
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate.
Juliet! And on! Come, let's away, the strangers all are gone.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out.
Romeo!
Romeo!
My cousin Romeo!
He is wise, and my life hath stole him to bed.
He ran this way and left that orchard wall. Call, good Mercutio.
Nay, I will conjure too.
Romeo!
Humors!
Man! Passion!
Lover! Appear thou in the likeness of a sign. Speak but one rhyme, and I wilt be satisfied. Oh, cry but I need love and indulge. Speak to my Venus discussion. One fair word, one nickname to her blind son and heir. Young Abraham Cupid, he who shuts the arrow so true. King perpetual. He hath not. He stirreth not. He moveth not. The yank is dead. And I must conjure him. I conjure thee by all the lines. My tongue. My forehead and astonished lips. By her fine foot, straight leg into the very thigh. And the domain that there adjacent lies. And thy likeness thou wilt appear to us.
And if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him.
This cannot anger him. To what anger him? To raise a spirit in his mistress's circle. Of some strange nature. And let it there stand till she laid it and conjured it down. That was the spot. My intention is fair and honest. I summoned his mistress only to rise up him.
So among the trees we consorted with the humorous knight.
Oh.
Blind is his love, and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, and love cannot hit the mark, now will he sit under the medlar tree and wish his mistress with that kind of fruit that needs honors. Let him laugh alone.
I'll off to my truckle bed, for this field bed is too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go?
Go then, for 'tis in vain to seek him here, which means not to be found.
You just a star that never felt wounds.
But so,
What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun! Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who's already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off! Oh, 'tis my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What is that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. It is not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eye were there, and they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth a lamp. Her eye in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. Oh, see how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
She shall speak again. Shall I hear this, or shall I speak in this?
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's a Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, what we now Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Oh, Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me beloved, and I'll be with thee. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreened night so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. For my name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of thy tongue's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's like wings did I o'erperch these walls. For stony limits cannot hold love out, and what love can do, that dares love attempt. Therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their envy.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes, and but thou love me. Let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundst thou out this place?
By love, that did first prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as the vast shore, washed with the farthest sea, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Thou know'st the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush but paint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me?
thou mayest prove false. That lovers' perjuries, they say, Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or, if thou thinkst I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo. But else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and thou mayest think my behavior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange I should have been. More strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardst ere I was ware my true love's passion. Therefore pardon, and not impute this yielding to light love which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon I vow.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circle orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or, if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
My heart's dear
Oh,
love.
do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which doth cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet, good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a more beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, good night. As sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Or wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
Thy love's faithful vow in exchange for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give it thee again.
Wouldst thou withdraw? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank and give it thee again, and yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. Oh, here's some noise within. I come anon. Sweet Montague, be true. I will come again. Oh, no, stay but a little. I will come again.
Oh, blessed night! I am afeard, being a knight, all this is but a dream, too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come to thee where and what time thou wilt perform the rite. And all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world. Oh, I come anon, but if thou meanst not well, I do beseech thee. Guided by I come! To cease thy strife and lead me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worst for one I left. Love goes towards love, like schoolboys from their books. But love from love, towards school with heavy looks.
Romeo! Oh, for a falconer's voice to lure this tassel gentle back again. Bondage is hoarse and may not speak aloud. Else would I tear the cane where echo lies and make her airy tongue more hoarse than mine with repetition of my Romeo.
It is my soul that calls upon my name. How silver sweet lovers' tongues sound by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo!
My eyes,
What o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
by the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Then let me stay here till thou remember it.
And I shall forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay to have thee still forget, forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I should have thee gone, and yet no further than a wanton's bird that lets it hop a little from its hand like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and with the silken thread plucks it back again, so loving jealous of his liberty.
I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I, yet I would kill thee with much cherishing. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I should say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep well in thine eye, peace in thy breast.
Oh.
Would I were sleep in peace so sweet to rest. Hence I must to my ghostly friar cell, his health to crave, and my dear hap to tell.
gray-eyed morn smiles upon the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. Pleasant darkness, like a drunk breeze from forth day's path and Titan's fiery wings. Now, ere the sun advances burning eye, the day to cheer and night's dank dew to dry, I must have filled this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juicy flowers. Within the infant rind of this sweet flower, poison hath resonance and medicine power. For this, being smelt with that part, cheers each part, but being tasted, stays all senses with the heart. Two such opposed kings encamp them still, in men as well as herbs. Grace and rude will, and where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Good morrow, Father.
Benedicite, what early tongue so sweet saluteth me? Young son, talk is a distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
The last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin, wast thou with Rosaline?
No, Father, no. I forgot that name and that name's woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou
I'll
been?
tell thee ere thou ask me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, whereupon his son one hath wounded me that's by me wounded. Both are remedies, and thy help and holy physic lie. I bear no hatred, blessed man, for lo, mine intercession likewise steads my foe.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession binds but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know, my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As man, we're so rich, son of mine, and all combined, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. When and where and how we wooed and made exchange of vow. I'll tell thee as we pass, but this I pray, that thou consent to marry us together.
Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosaline, who thou didst love, so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love then lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Yes, Maria, what a deal of brine hath washed thy sallow cheeks for Rosaline? How much salt water thrown away in waste to season love that other doth not taste. The sun thy sighs from heaven not yet clears. Thy old groans ring yet in mine ancient ears. Lo, here, upon thy cheek the stain doth sit of an old tear that is not washed off yet. If ever thou was thyself, and these woes thine, thou and these woes were all for Rosaline. And art thou changed? Pronounce the sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou chidst me off for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
And badest me bury love.
Not in a grave to lay one in, another out to have.
I pray thee, chide not. Her I love now doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well thy love did read by rote that could not spell. But, come with me, young waver, come. And in one respect I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Let us hence. I stand on sudden haste.
Rising, slow, they stumble and run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be?
Coming home not tonight.
Not to his father's. I spoke with his man.
The hard-hearted wench that Rosaline torments him so that he will surely run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman toward Capulet, hath sent a letter to thy father's home.
A challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
If any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master how he dares being dared.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead.
Stabbed with white lynch's black eye!
Shot through the ear with a love song.
The very pin of his heart cleft.
Of the blind, boo-boo, spot shaft. And is that to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
Oh, more than the prince of cats. Oh, he is the courageous captain of compliments. He fights you as you sing a prince song. Keeps time, distance, and proportion. He rests his minimum breasts, and then the one, two, the third in your bosom. her silk button. A duelist. A duelist! The very gentleman of the first house, of the first and second walls. Yeah, the immortal Pasante. The punto reverso. The high!
Oh, here comes Romeo! Here comes Romeo!
Oh! Without his robe, like a dried herring. Oh, Flasher, thou art fishy. Signor Romeo. Bonjour. There's a French salutation for your French salon. You got me counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you conceive?
Pardon, du mercutio. My business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much to say, such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hands.
Meaning, du courtesy.
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Hey, I'm the very king of goods.
Big for flower. Why then, my pump is well flowered.
Vices are better than groaning for love. Now art thou Romeo, now art thou sociable. Now art thou what thou art, my art is as well by nature. For this trifling love is like a great natural that runs, longing, up and down, trying to put his bubble in a hole.
Oh, stop there!
Here's goodly gear.
A sail! A sail! Oh, too assuring a schmuck. No.
Peter! My fan, Peter!
Yes, Peter, the fan, to hide her face with the fan is the fairer face.
God you good morrow, gentlemen.
Oh, God, ye goodeen, fair gentlewoman.
Is it goody?
'Tis no less, for the body and the dial is now upon the prick of me.
Oh.
One fair gentlewoman that God hath made for himself tomorrow.
For himself tomorrow, quoth he, by my troth, it is well said. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when you have sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
You say well.
Yea. Is the worst well, very well taken in faith, wisely.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence of you.
She will indict him to some supper.
Upon part, so. Romeo, come to your father, to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Or, farewell, ancient lady.
Pray you, sir, what gentleman was this that was so full of his roguery?
A gentleman who loves to hear himself speak, and will speak more in 2 minutes than he will stand to in a month.
When he speak a thing against me, I'll take him down. And he were lustier than he is in 20 such jacks. And if I can out, I'll find those that shall. Ooh, sorry, knave! I don't know his flirt gills. I don't know his skeins, mates. Ooh, and thou must stand by too, to score every name to use me at his pleasure.
I saw no man use you at his pleasure.
Oh!
If I had my weapon should quickly have been out, I warrant you, I dare draw as soon as another man if I see occasion in a good quarrel, and laud my son.
Oh, now, for God, every part about me is so vexed that I quiver. Ooh, scurry knave! Are you sour? And as I told you, my young lady bid me inquire you. Oh. What she bade me say I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell ye, if ye should lead into a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say. For the gentlewoman is young, and therefore you should deal double with her. It were a very ill thing to be offered any gentlewoman, and a very weak dealing.
Bid her devise so mean to come to shrift this afternoon, and there, in Friar Lawrence's closed cell, she be shrived and married.
Oh,
Here is for thy pains.
oh no, truly, sir, not again.
Go to, I say you shall.
No.
Go to.
This afternoon, sir?
And stay, good nurse. Behind the abbey wall, within the hour, my man shall meet with thee with a cord made like a tacked stair, which to the high-top gallant of my joy shall be my convoy in this secret night. Farewell. Be trusty, and I'll quit thy pains. Farewell. Commend me to thy mistress.
Aye, 1,000 times. Peter! Peter! Before out of breath.
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale that thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either, and I'll state the circumstances. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man, Romeo. No, not here. Though his face be better than any man's, yet his leg excels all men's, and for a hand, and a foot, and a body, though they be not talked on, yet they are past compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, yet I warrant him as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench, serve God. What, have you dined at home?
No, but all this did I know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Oh, Lord, how my head aches. What a head have I. It beats as if it break in 20 pieces. Oh, my back. Oh, the other side. Oh, beshrew your heart for sending me about to catch my death with jaunting up and down.
In faith, I am sorry that thou art not well. I pray you, good nurse, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and I warrant a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within, where should she be? Oh, how oddly thou repliest. Your love says like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother?
Oh, Mary, come up, I trow. Are you so hot? Oh! Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself.
You're such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to Shrub today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence' cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Oh, now comes the wanton blood in your cheeks. Oh, there'll be in your face at any news. Hie you to church. I must another way to fetch a ladder by the which your love will soon plant a bird's nest when it is dark. Oh, I am the drudge and toil in your delights, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go, out to dinner. Hie you to the cell.
High to high fortune. Honest nurse, farewell.
So smile the heavens on this holy act, and after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen. Do thou but close our hands with holy words, and let love devouring death do what he dare. 'Tis enough that I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which, as they kiss, consume. The sweetest honey is loathsome in its own deliciousness, and in the taste confounds the appetite. Therefore, love moderately, long love doth so. Too swift arrives, as tardy is too slow. Here comes the lady. Oh, so light a foot will ne'er wear out the everlasting flint. A lover may bestride the gossamers that idles in the wanton summer air, and yet not all so light as vanity.
Good evening to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall make thee daughter for us both.
As much to him, else is his face.
Come with me, and we will make short work. For, by your leaves, you shall not stay alone till Holy Church incorporate two in one.
Let us retire. The day's hot. The cabinet's abroad. And if we meet, we shan't escape abroad. Now the hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of those fellows who enters the confines of a tavern, claps his sword upon the table, and says, God send me no need for thee. And by the operation of the second cup, draws and a draw! But indeed, there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Oh, come. Thou art as hot as Jack of thy mood as any man in Italy, and as soon moved to be moody as is moody to be moody.
And if I were so apt to quarrel as thou art, any man should buy the fee simple of my life for an hour. What?
Oh, the fee simple.
By my head, here come the captains.
Oh, and by my heel, like you're not. Gentlemen, good eve. A word with one of you.
One word with one of us. Cut them something. Make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me out enough for that, sir, if you'll give me occasion.
Can you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortst with Romeo.
Consort? What? Dost thou make us minstrels, or make minstrels of us? Look, and you're nothing but discords. Here's my fiddle stick. Tis I shall make you dance. Zeus, consort.
We talk here in the public haunt of men. You withdraw to some private place and reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes are made to look, and let them gaze. I'll not budge for no man's pleasure.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
Oh, I'll be hanged, sir, if you wear your livery. Mary, go before the field, and he'll be your follower. Your worship, in that sense, they call him mad.
Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I not, therefore farewell. See thou knowest me not.
Boy! This shall not excuse the injury thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I have never injured thee, but love thee more than thou canst devise, so thou shalt know the reason of my love. And so, good captain, which name I tender as dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
Oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission! Else the Kada carries it away. Tybalt! You rat catcher!
What wouldst thou have me?
Nothing good keep a cat for one of your 9 lives, which I mean to make bowls withal. And as you shall use me hereafter, dry beat the rest of the age. Will you pluck your sword from its pilcher by ear? Make haste, lest find me about thy ears ere to be out.
I warn you.
Oh, God, sir. You're persona! Where's my page? The villain, like a sergeant,
Courage, man, the hurt cannot be much.
No. There's no deep as a well, nor as wide as a church door. Tis enough. It is, sir. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a great man. I am covered. I want for this world the plague of both your houses! Soon, a dog, a mouse, a rat, a cat to scratch a man to death, a rogue, a villain who fights for the book of arithmetic. Ah! The devil come you between us. hurt under your arm. I thought it all for the best. Hung into some house, Benvolio. I should faint. The plague of both your houses! You have made worms meat of me. I have it. And sadly, so your houses. This gentleman, the prince is near alive, my very friend, and got his mortal hurt in my behalf. My reputation stained with Tybalt's slander. Tybalt, who an hour ago had been my kinsman. And Juliet, thy beauty hath made me effeminate, and in my temper soft and valor steel. Romeo, brave Mercutio is dead. Thy gallant spirit hath aspired to the clouds which two have timely here and scorn the earth. These days, black fate doth not end. This but begins the woes of it must end. Fear is Tybalt once again, alive and in triumph, and Mercutio slain. Away to heaven respectively. Fire-eyed fury be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt! Take back the villain that late thou gavest. For Mercutio's soul is but a little ways above our heads, staying with thine to keep him company. Either thou or I or both must go with him. The wretched boy who did confront him here, show me the man. This something. Turn on that.
Whom Romeo's hand did slay. And has he not Romeo to reply? This is the truth, don't let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. Affection makes him false, he speaks not truth. Some 20 of them fought in this black strife, and of those 20 could kill but one life. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live. Romeo slew him. He slew Mercutio. Whom now the price of his dear blood doth owe?
Not Romeo! Prince, he was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes that the law should end the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately speed me to exile him hence. I have interest in your heart's proceeding. My blood for your rude brawls doth lie a-bleeding. But I'll immerse you with so strong a fine that you shall all repent the loss of mine.
My lord!
I be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses. Therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else he's found that hour is his last. Bear hence his body and attend our will. Mercy, but murders, pardoning those that kill.
Happy. The law that threatened death becomes thy friend and turns it to exile. There art thou happy. Happiness courts thee in her best array, but like a misbehaved and sullen wench, thou pounced upon my fortune and thy love. Take heed, for such die miserable. Go, get thee to thy lady, as was decreed. Ascend her chamber hence, and comfort her. But look that thou not stay till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live, until we can find a time to blaze thy marriage. Reconcile thy friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back with 20,000 times more joy than thou wentst forth in lamentation. Commend me to thy lady, nurse. Go before. Romeo is coming.
My lord, I'll tell my lady you will come.
Do so, and prepare my suite to chide.
Here, sir, a ring she bade me give you, sir. How you make haste, for it grows very late.
Oh, well, my comfort is revived by this.
Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
That a joy past joy calls out to me, where grief so brief to part. Farewell. Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily that we have had no time to move our daughter. Look you, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly.
These times of woe afford no time to woo. Madam, good night. Commend me to your daughter.
I will, and to know her mind early tomorrow. Tonight she is mewed up to her heaviness.
Sir Paris, I'll make a desperate tender of my child's love. I'll think to be ruled in all respects by me. Nay more, I doubt it. Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed. Acquainted her of my son Paris' love. But soft, what day is this?
Monday.
Monday. Well, Wednesday is too soon. Oh, Thursday let it be. Oh, Thursday tell her she shall be married to this noble person.
My lord, I would that Thursday were tomorrow.
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet their day. It was the nightingale, and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of mine ear. Nightly she sings on yon hunger tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
Was the lark, herald of the morn, no nightingale. Oh, love, what envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yonder east. Night's candles are burnt out, and jocund day stands tiptoe in the misty mountain top. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight, I know it I. It is some meteor that the sun exhales to be to thee this night a torch-bearer, and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet, thou needst not be gone.
Let me be tamed. Let me be put to death. I am content, so thou wilt have it so. I say yon gray is not the morning sun. 'Tis but a pale reflex of Cynthia's brow. nor that is not the lark whose notes do beat the vaulty heaven so high above our heads. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome! Juliet wills it so. How is my soul? Let's talk. It is not dead.
It is. It is. High hence be gone away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing charts. Some say the lark makes sweet division. This does not so, for she divideth us. Since arm from arm this voice doth us affray, haunting the ends with concepts and again the day. Therefore, be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam, nurse, the lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke, beware and look without. Then window, let day in and let life out.
Farewell, farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so? Love, Lord, I husband, friend. I must hear from thee every day in the hour, for in a minute there are many days. Who by this count I shall be much in years, ere again I behold my Romeo.
Farewell. I will omit no opportunity that may convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Thinkst thou we should ever meet again?
I doubt it not. And all these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our time to come.
Oh God, I have an ill-divided soul. Methinks I see thee now. Thou art so low as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. And in my eyesight fails her, thou looks pale.
And trust me, love, in my eyes, so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu. Adieu.
Oh, fortune, fortune, all men call thee fickle. If thou art fickle, what hast thou to do with him who is renowned for faith? Be fickle, fortune, for then I hope thou wilt not keep him long, but send him back. Who is that calls? Is it my lady mother? Is she not down so late and up so early? What unaccustomed cause procures her hither?
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What? Wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live. Therefore have done. Some of grief shows much of love, but too much of grief shows still some want of weight.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling lost.
So shall you feel the loss, not the friend which you weep for.
Feeling so the lost cannot choose but ever weep the friend.
Thou weeps not so much for his death as the villain lives which slaughtered him.
What villain, madam?
That same villain Romeo.
Villain indeed, be many miles asunder. God pardon him. I do, with all my heart. And yet no man like he doth grieve my heart.
That is because the traitor murderer lives.
I, madam, from the reach of these my hands, would none but I might avenge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it.
Fear thou not.
Then weep no more. I shall send to one in Mantua, where that same banished renegade doth live. Shall give him such an unaccustomed dram that he shall soon keep Tybalt company. And then, I hope, thou wilt be satisfied.
Indeed, I never shall be satisfied
to our decree.
Aye, but she'll have none she gives you thanks. And would the fool were married to her grave.
Soft, take me with you, take me with you. How? Will she none? Does she not give us thanks? Is she not proud? Does she not count her blessed? Unworthy as she is, we want so worthy a gentleman to be her bride.
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud that it reveals what I hate, but thankful even for hate that is meant love.
How? How? How, tough logic? What is this? Proud, I thank you not, and yet not proud?
Mistress minion, you thank me, no thanking, no proud me, no proud. But federally your fine joins against Thursday next to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I'll drag thee on a hook. Out, you green sickness carrier! Out, you baggage, you tell him face!
What are you mad?
Good Father, I beseech you on my knees. Hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, disobedient wretch! Tell thee what, get thee to church on Thursday or never have to look me in this face.
Please.
Speak not! Reply not! Do not! Answer me! My fingers itch!
Wife, you scarce thought as blessed that God had lent his only child. Now I see this one is one too much, and they would have a curse in heaven. Out on her hill!
Lord in heaven, you are to blame, my lord, to rate her so.
Why, my lady, hold your tongue, smatter at your bosoms. Go!
I speak no treason.
God, I believe!
May not one speak.
Peace, you mumbling fool! What are you grabbing your bosoms bold for hearing you?
You are too hot.
Spreading makes me mad. Day, night, hour, time, word play alone in company. Still, my care bids to have her matched. And having now provided a gentleman of noble parentage, a fair domain, youthful and nobly in line, stuffed as they can say with honorable pawns, proportioned as once thought would. Thursday is near. Lay hand on heart and advise that you be mine. I'll give you to my friend, and you be not?
No, please.
Hang, beg, starve, die in the street, for by my soul, I'll ne'er acknowledge thee. What is mine shall do thee good. Trust to be thinking. I'll not be forsworn.
Is there no pity sitting in the clouds that sees into the bosom of my grief? Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week. Or if you cannot, make my bridal bed in that dim monument where dim was mine.
Talk not to me, for I'll speak not a word. Do what thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Oh God! Oh nurse! How can this be prevented? My husband is on earth, my faith in heaven. How shall that faith returning into earth unless that husband sentenced me from heaven by leaving earth? Comfort me, counsel me. What sayest thou? Hast thou but a word of joy? Some comfort, nurse.
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished, and all the world to nothing, that he dare ne'er come back to challenge you. Or if he do, it must needs be by stealth. Then, as the case so stands as it now doth, I think it best you married with the county. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman. Romeo's a dish cut to him. Beshrew my heart, I think you happy in this second match, for it excels your first.
Speakst thou from thy heart?
And from my soul, else shrew them both.
Amen.
What?
Well, thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go and tell my lady mother I am gone, having displeased my father to Lawrence cell to seek confession and to be absolved.
Mary, I will. And this is wisely done.
Go, counselor! Thou in my bosom henceforth shalt be twin. I'll to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fails, myself have power to die.
On Thursday, sir? The time is very short.
My father Capulet will have it so, and I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. Unreasonable is the course. I like it not.
Moderately she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore have a little talk of love, for Venus smiles not in a house of tears. Now, sir, her father counts it dangerous she do give her sorrow so much sway, and in his wisdom hastes our marriage to stop the inundation of her tears, which, too much minded by herself alone, may be put from her by society. Now do you know the reason of this haste?
I would I knew not why it should be slowed. Look, sir, here comes the lady toward my cell.
Happily met, my lady, and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be a wife.
Which may be must be love on Thursday next.
What must be shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you to make confession to his father?
To answer that I should confess to you.
Do not deny to him that you love him.
I must confess to you that I love him.
So will you. I am sure that you love me.
If I do so, it will be more price being spoke behind your back than to your face.
Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears.
The tears have got small victory by that, for it was better enough ended by their spite.
Thou wants more than tears with that report.
That is no slander, sir, which is the truth. And what I spake it to my face.
Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
It may be, for it is not mine own. Are you at leisure, holy friar, now, or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter. Now, my lord, we must entreat the time alone.
God shield I should disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early, I will rouse. Until then, adieu, and keep this holy kiss.
Oh, shut the door! And when thou hast done so, come weep with me past hope, past cure, past help.
Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it, on Thursday next be married to this county.
Tell me not, friar, how thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If in that wisdom thou canst give no help, do thou but call my resolution wise, and with this knife I'll help it presently. God join my art and Romeo's, thou our hands, and ere this hand by thee to Romeo's sealed shall be the label to another deed. Or my true heart with treacherous revolt turn to another. This shall slay them both.
Hold, daughter! I do spy a kind of hope which craves as desperate an execution as that is desperate which we would prevent. If, rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength and will to slay thyself, then is it likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death, to chide away this shame that copes with death himself to escape from it. And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, for no pulse shall keep its native progress, but to cease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest, each part being deprived of supple government, shall stiff and stark and cold appear like death. And in this borrowed likeness of death thou shalt continue for 42 hours, and there no awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now, when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then as the manner of our country is, in thy best robes, uncovered on the bier, thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault, where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo, by my letters, know our drift. And hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking. And this and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence from Mantua, and this shall free thee from this present shame, if no inconstant toy, nor womanish fear abate thy valor in the acting it.
Oh, give me, tell me not to fear.
Hold, get you gone. Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua with letters to thy lord.
Love, give me strength, and strength shall upward. Farewell, dear father.
What? Is my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence?
Aye, forsooth.
We may chance to do some good on her. Keep yourself good holler treaties.
See where she comes from strict with very little.
Oh, now headstrong. Where have you been gadding?
Where I have learned to repent of sin of disobedient opposition to you and your behest, and fall
Now, afore God, this reverend holy friar, whole city is much bound to him.
Will you go with me, nurse, into my closet and sort such needful ornaments as you feel fit to furnish me tomorrow?
No, not till Thursday. There's time enough.
Go, nurse, go with her. We'll to church tomorrow.
We shall be short in our provisions. 'Tis now near night.
Tush, get thou to Juliet and check her up. I'll not to bed tonight. Let me alone. I'll play the housewife instruments.
Aye, those attires are best, but, gentle nurse, I pray thee, leave me to myself tonight, for I have need of many orisons to smile upon my status, while you know are cross and full of sin.
What? Are you busy home? Need you my help?
No, madam, we have culled such necessaries as are behooveful for our state tomorrow. So let me be left alone, and let the nurse this night sit up with you, for I am sure you have your hands full all in this so sudden business.
Good night. Get thee to bed and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell! God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint, cold fear thrills through my veins, and I must breathe something into life. I'll call them back again to comfort me. Nurse! What shall she do here? My dismal scene I needs must act alone. Come, Viola. What if this picture do not work at all? Shall I be married then, tomorrow morning? No. No. This shall forbid it. Lie thou there. What if it be a poison? The friar subtly hath ministered to have me dead, lest in this marriage he should be dishonored because he married me before to Romeo. I fear it is. And yet methinks it should not, for he has still been tried a holy man. How if, when I am laid into the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo come to redeem me? There's a perfect point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth no halcyon air breathes in, and there die strangled ere my Romeo comes? Or, if I live, is it not very like the horrible conceit of death and gnats together, in the terror of the place? Is it a vault? An ancient receptacle where for the many hundred years the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed? Where bloody Tybalt, yet but green in earth lies festering in his shroud? Where, as they say, at some hours of the night spirits resort? Oh, alack! Alack! It is not like that I, so early waking, but with loathsome smells and shrieks like mandrakes being torn out of the earth, that living mortals hearing them run mad. Oh, if I wake, shall I not be distraught, environed with all these hideous fears, and madly clear my forefathers' joints, and pluck the mangled Tybalt from his shroud, and, in this rage, with some great kinsman to bone him with the club, dash out my desperate brains! Oh, look. Methinks he becomes this ghost, seeking out Romeo that did spit his body into a rapier point. Stay, Tybalt! Stay! Romeo! 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 Here's drink. I drink to thee.
hotel with Paris. Make haste, I say, make haste. The bridegroom has come already, make haste.
Mistress! What mistress? Juliet! My love! My ladybird! Sweetheart! Why, bride! Oh, how sound is she asleep? I must needs wake her. Lady? Hey, lady? Lady? Alas! Alas! Help! 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 My lady's dead! Oh, well, the day that ever I was born! My lord! My lady!
What noise is here?
Oh, lamentable day!
What is the matter?
Oh, look! Look, oh, heavy day!
Oh, me. Oh. My child. My only life. Revive. Look up, or I will die with thee. Help! Help! Call help!
For shame, bring forth Juliet, her lord has come.
She's dead! Deceased! She's dead!
Let me see her. And alas, she's cold. Let it settle. That lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the fields.
God, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to her son to return. Oh, son, the night before thy wedding night had death lain with thy wife. There she lies, flowered as she was, deflowered by him. Death is my son-in-law, death is my heir.
How I thought long to see this morning's face. And doth it give me such a sight as this?
Cursed, unhappy, wretched angels, and most miserable hours and airtime time lasting labor and one poor and loving child for one thing to rejoice and solace in, and cruel death has catched him from my sight.
Beguiled! Divorced! Wronged! Smited! Slain! Most detestable death by thee beguiled! By cruel cruelty quite overthrown! Oh love! Oh life! Not life, but love. Death.
Peace. We weep ye now, seeing she is advanced, above the clouds, as high as heaven itself? Dry up your tears, and stick your rosemary on his fair course. For though some nature bids us all lament, yet nature's tears are reason's merriment. In her best array, bear her to church. Go, madam, and sir, go you in, and go, Sir Paris. Everyone prepare to follow this fair course under her grave. The heavens do lower upon you for some ill. Move them no more by crossing their high will.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. My bosom's Lord sits lightly in his throne, that on this day an unaccustomed spirit lifts me above the ground with cheerful thoughts. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. Strange dream that does give a dead man leave to think, and breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Oh me, how sweet is love itself possessed, when but love's shadows are so rich in joy. News from Romeo. How now, Balthazar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How fares my Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
She is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and her immortal part with angels lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault.
Is it e'en so? Then I defy you, stars! Thou knowest my lodging. Get me ink and paper, and hire some post horses. I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
Tush, thou art deceived. Leave me and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No letter. Get thee gone. Hire those horses, I will be with thee straight. Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. But see for me, O mischief, thou art swift to enter the minds of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabout he dwells. Noting this to myself I said, and if a man did need a poison now, whose present sale was death in Mantua, here lives a caitiff wretch who selleth him. Oh, the same thought did but forerun my need, and this same needy man must sell it me now. As I remember, this should be the house. Being holiday, this beggar shop is shut. What ho! Apothecary!
Call so loud.
Come hither, man. I see that thou art poor. Hold. Here is 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison, such soon speeding here as will disperse itself through all the veins, that the life-weary taker may fall dead, and that the trunk may be discharged of breath as violently as hasty powder doth hurry from the fatal cannon's wound.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua law is death to any who utters them.
The world is not thy friend, nor is the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich. That ye be not poor, but break it and take this.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will and drink it off. If you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
Farewell. Buy food and get thyself in flesh. Come, cordial and not poison. Go with me to Juliet's grave, for there must I use thee.
Holy Reticent Friar, Brother Cole! Ah, this same must be the voice of Brother Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? Or if his mind be read, give me his letter. Going to find a barefoot brother out, one of our order, to associate me, here in the city visiting the sick, and finding him, the searchers of the town suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua there was stayed. Who bare my letter then to Romeo? I could not send it. Here it is again, nor get a messenger to bring it thee. So fearful were they of infection. Unhappy fortune. By my brotherhood, this letter was not nice, but full of import. And in neglecting it may do much danger. Friar John, go get me an iron crow and bring it straight into my cell. Oh, brother, I'll go and bring it thee. Now must I to the monument alone. Within this 3 hours will fair Juliet awake. Poor living corpse, closed in a dead pen's tomb.
Give me thy torch, boy. Hence, stand in the yet, put it out, for I will not be seen. Under yon huge trees lay yourself all alone, holding thy ear close to the hollow ground, so shall no foot on the churchyard tread. But thou shalt hear it, whistle then to me, as a signal I hear something approach. Give me those flowers. Do as I bid thee, go.
I am almost afraid to stand alone out here in the churchyard, yet I will adventure.
Sweet flower, with flowers thy bridal bed I strew, with which sweet water nightly I will do. Or wanting that, with tears to still thy moans, the obsequies that I for thee will keep nightly will be to strew thy grave and weep. The boy gives warning something doth approach. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight, to cross my obsequies and true love's right? But with a torch, muffle me night a while. Hold, take thou this. Early in the morning see thou deliver it to my lord and father. Give me the torch. This is that banished haughty Montague, who murdered my love's cousin, with which grief it is supposed the fair creature died. And now he's come to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. Stop that hallowed toil, vile Montague. Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Contempt, villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey, and go with me. For thou must die! Ha! Indeed I must, and therefore came I hither. Good, gentle youth, tempt not the desperate man! By heaven, I love thee more than I love myself, for I have come hither armed against myself. Stay not, be gone, live, and hereafter say a madman's mercy bid thee run away. I do defy thy commendation, and apprehend thee. For I'm felon here! Ha! Ha! Without provoking, have at thee, boy!
Oh Lord, they fight! I will go call the watch!
blame me for Juliet. In faith I will. Let me peruse this face. Noble County Paris, Mercutio's kinsman. What said my man to me when my betossed soul did not attend him as we rode? I think he told me Paris should have married Juliet. I'll bury thee in a triumphant grave. Oh, my love, my wife. Death that had sucked the honey of thy breath hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered. Beauty's ensign is crimson in thy cheeks and in thy lips, and death's pale flag is not advanced there. Oh, dear Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Am I to believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean, abhorrent monster keeps thee here in the dark to be his paramour? For fear of that, I still will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here will I remain with worms that are thy chambermaids. Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars! This world-weary flesh. Eyes, look your last arms, take your last embrace, and lips, oh, you, rosy breath, seal with a righteous kiss, our deepest walk into engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct, come, unsavory guide, thou desperate pilot, now at once, run off the dashing rocks, thy seasick, weary bark. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus, with a kiss I die.
Saint Francis be my speed. How oft tonight have my old feet stumbled in graves. How fear comes upon me. Much do I fear some ill, unthrifty thing. Romeo! Pale. What? Who else? Paris too? And steeped in blood. Ah! What an unkind hour is guilty of this lamentable chance. The lady stirs.
Uncomfortable friar, where is my lord? I have remembered me where I should be, and there I am.
Lady, come away. Come away from that nest of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep. A power greater than we can contradict hath thwarted our attempts. Come away. Thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead. Come, the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet. I dare no longer stay.
Go! Get thee hence, for I will not away!
What's here? A cup closed in my true love's hands? Poison, I see, hath been his tongue's end. From churl, drunk all
Avert suspicion. Stay the fire too.
What misadventure so early up that calls our person from our morning rest?
Oh, what should it be that is so shrieking abroad?
Oh, some people in the street cry Romeo and Juliet and some Paris, and all run with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies the Count of Paris slain. And Romeo dead. And Juliet's dead before a warm and new killed.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes!
Here's a fire and slaughter Romeo's men with instruments upon them fit to open these dead men's tombs. Oh heavens! Oh wife, look how our daughter bleeds!
Oh me, this sight of death is as a bell that brings my old age to a sepulchre. Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and heir now early down.
For the woe conspires against mine age.
Look, and thou shalt see.
Oh, thou untaught, what manners in this? To press before thy mother to a grave?
Bring forth the parties of suspicion.
I will be brief, for my short date of breath is not so long as is a tedious tale. Romeo, there dead, was husband to that fair Juliet, and she, there dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them.
Capulet, Montague! See what a scourge is laid upon your hate. That heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discords, too have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished.
Sister Montague, give me your hand.
This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue of pure gold. That whiles Rona by that name is known. There shall no figure at such a rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo by his lady's love. Poor sacrifices in our ended here.
A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun, for sorrow, will not show his head. Go hence to talk more of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished, for never